What is going on, Weekend Hangover crew? This is your boy Preach bringing you another episode. Today's episode is going to be a little longer than most of our episodes, so please bear with me on that. But I think it's just some things that have to be said, and it is about how my Skins are becoming the laughing stock of the NFL. I mean, we're the new Cleveland Browns, for God's sakes. Luckily, we have not gone 0-16 yet. This season is still young, though. I hope we can sneak a win out somewhere. Please let us sneak a win out somewhere. But let's get into it. I think it all starts from the top. Okay, you can't just say, "Oh, let's fire Gruden and everything's gonna be fixed." First off, I don't think Gruden's that bad of a coach. His win-loss record isn't that great. I get that. But I don't personally think he's that bad of a coach. Look at the terrible situations that he's been a part of. He jumped into a RG3 Kirk Cousins scenario, which he didn't like RG3, but he was still forced to play RG3 because of our ownership. And then he gets Kirk Cousins. He gets Kirk Cousins for a couple of years. He starts to gel with Kurt and becomes, starts putting up passing yards, all this crazy stuff. And then you let Kurt go. So then he's got to work with a new quarterback. Gets Alex Smith. Starts, putting up wins with Alex Smith. We look great. Alex has a freakish accident. Goes down. And then now we end up with this, Case Keenum Haskins situation. He's just put into bad situations, and I don't think he should be punished for it. But the reason why I think Jay has to go is because we're basically losing the locker room. I mean, he's basically completely lost that locker room. And I don't think it's all because of Jay. I think it's because our ownership kind of plays favorites with some players, and I don't think that's right. Some players think they don't have to do certain things just because they're in cahoots with the owner and miss meetings. We've seen it multiple times through our organization. We've heard multiple players complain about it through our organization, as far as Zach Brown and Sue Cravens complained about it when he left, and we just heard about it for multiple times, multiple different people. I mean, we've heard from Clinton Portis' scenario where he was missing meetings and he was, in cahoots with Daniel Snyder, so people were afraid to say something about him. To the RG3 situation, because he knew nothing was going to happen to him because he was so much of Daniel Snyder's, pet, basically. That's why we let go of Mike Shanahan instead of, fixing the RG3 situation. But just situations like that. You can't play favorites with your players. They're all your guys. It's supposed to be like your kids. They're all your guys, okay? You can't show favorites towards them. Now, another thing is I am tired of every offseason dealing with this goddamn name change, alright? It takes away from our organization. It just shows how much of a dick our organization is that we're fighting about this name not being racist. I don't need you to bring a paid Native American on television just to say, "Oh, hey, the name, it means respect for us," and stuff like that. Look, I don't need somebody to tell me a fucking name is racist, okay? It's fucking racist. Just let it go. I'm tired of hearing about it. Make a fresh start. Matter of fact, these next 2 years would be a perfect time for a brand new start, because a lot of this shit has got to fucking go. Name change, 1. Stadium, 2. We have one of the shittiest fucking stadiums in the NFL. And this is the NFL where Soldier Field has been there for, 85 goddamn years or so, however long it's been. And we are rated the worst stadium. What the hell? That's got to stop. That's just showing right then and there you don't give two shits about your fans, and this is why your fans think you're a dick. From that, from you trying to sue this old lady because she couldn't pay her tickets because she had to pay her medical bills, to obviously the name change, to taking away our signs. We were the only stadium, the only fan base that wasn't allowed to bring signs into the stadium because you were afraid it would say something about you. If you were that afraid for something, a sign to be something about you, then you're doing something wrong, because you should not be the staple of the team. How many owners out there besides Jerry Jones, who is basically the staple of their organization? Hell, half of the general managers and the owners, you don't even know their goddamn names unless you pay attention. Like a truly hard football fan, alright? And for you to sit there and think that, people are going to put these signs up because and now they have to be, searched and read and all that kind of stuff before you can even enter the stadium. Look, that's dumb. This is going to be the fresh start. Building a stadium, changing the name. Stop living in this past, okay? We can't have Joe Gibbs come back for a third term, all right? Which it just can't happen. And bringing in Bruce Allen, not looking at his track record of how he's managed other football teams. No, just looking at the fact that his dad was a former head coach of the Skins during a good era. To bringing in Doug Williams as a player of personnel just because he was an old Redskins coach, and basically letting him scout our players and draft our players. First off, about Doug, okay? I have no issues with Doug being a player personnel. Do I think Doug should be drafting the players? Absolutely not. I think no good individual team does just basically is a democracy and takes what he wants. There was a interview during the combine when they were showing off the quarterbacks, and they asked Doug what quarterback were they looking for? Is there a quarterback that Jay likes, or playing style that fits Jay's system or anything like that? And he quoted, "We don't talk to the coaches about who we are going to draft, who we scout. We scout them, and if we like them, we draft them." What fucking decade did that work in? Because I'm pretty sure that is long fucking gone by now. Okay? I watched I can't remember the exact name of the episode, and please forgive me for that. But it was about the Colts, and it was their whole draft scenarios and stuff like that. They had a literal discussion about from their first draft pick to their 7th draft pick to, kids that were going to be undrafted, with everybody from the general manager to the scouts to the head coaches to the position coaches to the training staff. It was literally every single person inside of that room having a discussion, heated arguments, all that kind of stuff, to decide who was a perfect fit for the organization. That's the way it's supposed to be done. Not just one person dictating, hey, I really like this guy for whatever goddamn reason, let's draft him. Like, that's just dumb. But I'll move on from that. Just like I think we should move on from living in the past. Like, that has to change. I think everything we have to do, it could be done within these next couple years. From a stadium to the name change to getting rid of this training facility. Because the training facility is just as bad as our stadium, okay? When players sit there and complain about how bad this training facility is and how bad the training staff is, and we're doing nothing about it. I mean, this has been years. It's not like it just came up this year, okay? Not just because of the Trent Williams situation. It's not like it just showed up. This has been for years now of players just steadily coming out saying how bad the training facility is and it needs to be fixed. And we have still yet to fix any of this. Coaches have come out and said it. Players have come out and said it. Like, just change it. Take a couple years and just steadily change everything. Alright? Otherwise, you're going to have players like we have right now that don't want to play for us. And this is why we're losing the locker room. It's not because of what Jay's doing. It's because of everything is adding up. Like, that's the problem that we're having right now. Everything is adding up, and players just don't want to play. They're fed up. And now that they feel that Jay's going to be gone, they ain't going to listen to Jay. This is the only reason why I think Jay's going to have to go, is because they're not going to listen to Jay just because we think we're going to get rid of him anyways. I know you're not going to listen to me, but I'm hoping somebody out there is. If y'all like the video, please throw a thumbs up. And if y'all want to join the Weekend Hangover crew, subscribe to us. And until the next video, peace.